All right, we're in the kitchen. We've got our hands clean. We're gonna get started brining the whitefish and the salmon. I'm gonna be following the recipe for hot smoked trout in the MeatEater Fish and Game Cookbook. You'll have to check that out. Okay, we'll start with 6 tablespoons kosher salt, 1/4 cup granulated sugar, 1/8 cup packed brown sugar. I didn't have a way to measure that, so I just did half of the 1/4 cup. And 1/8 cup honey. And finally 4 cups of lukewarm water. Whisk it up to dissolve all the sugar and salt. That seems good. And find a clear spot in the fridge to let it cool. Okay, we've rinsed our fish and we're going to put it in a bag. In this case, I've got my Bonneville Whitefish that I caught at Bear Lake a few weeks back. And I'm going to do a couple of Atlantic salmon steaks. I'm going to keep the salmon separate from the whitefish, so I'm going to just pour about 1/3 of the brine in this bag with this fish, and I'll pour the rest in a separate bag with the salmon. And now we'll let the fish soak in this brine for overnight, and then we'll check on it in the morning. Make sure you leave some room for it. I think there's room there. Got it in a dish, so in case the bags leak, they shouldn't. They're sealed, but just to be safe. Okay, it's the next morning, so now it's time to rinse it off, pat it dry, and let it sit in the fridge for a little bit to get a little bit sticky. Okay, I'm just going to take a piece of baker's twine, tie it in a square knot. Alright, I'm going to take the fish, I'm going to put the loop over the fish's head. I'm going to come under his gills, or gill plate, just like that, and then out his mouth. This is probably easier on a fish that doesn't have such a small mouth, you know, like maybe a trout or something. There we go. And that's how we'll hang him on the smoker. There's our salmon and our Bonneville Whitefish ready for the smoker. We're just going to put them in the fridge for an hour or two until they're sticky, and that'll help the smoke stick to them. There we go. Alright, we got the fish in the smoker. It looks like we're at 171 right now. So I'm just gonna do my best to keep it around 170, and we'll give it about 3 hours and we'll check it then. Time to check it. Check this out. The fish is done smoking. It looks good. Nice, flaky, golden color of the smoke on it. Looks real good. Tastes great. We ran into a little trouble with the smoker. The recipe called for it to go at 170 for 3 hours, but my smoker doesn't really produce smoke very well until you get to about 200. So I tried it at 170 for like 2.5 hours, and it produced very little smoke. So I let it go another hour at 200 degrees to get some more smoke color on there, and it worked. It got some smoke on there. Now let's try this whitefish. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that. And that is good. It's a little milder than the salmon, not quite as fishy, and definitely got the smoke flavor. Very good. Thanks for following along while we smoked this fish. We'll see you in the next video.